a woman knowledge about the gestational age of the child, and they want the women to see the fetus before they get rid of it. How do you think this is fair, or?
You know, I think it's fair, and it's also unfair. In other words, if people are making a decision based upon what they believe, then having to look at the child will probably be upsetting and emotionally scarring to them. Now, on the other side, I do think that if it caused them to not just think of the child as a zygon, or something like that, that it would be helpful from my point of view to say, hey, I am taking a life, or I am terminating a life here, and stuff. So I think there's pluses and minuses to it. Again, I had a young lady who is the daughter of a dear good friend of mine, and she had called me up. She was pregnant out of marriage, and she decided to carry the child to term because it was conceived in love, but the fella kind of took the last bus out of town. And she surprised the daylights out of me by, when the baby was born, saying that she wanted to see it. Where up until that point, she had said, I will deliver the baby, I want it to be given to the adoptive parents, and I don't want to. And that day, and I happened to be in town that day with her, she said, David, would you go up with me? Uncle Dave. They call me Uncle Dave, I'm not actually their uncle. But I said, yeah, sure. Of course, all the nurses were looking at me as if I was the one responsible for the pregnancy. Boy, I'd never gotten such hateful looks in my life, and I didn't feel it was my place at that moment, you know, to be saying, no, it wasn't me, it wasn't me. You know, but it actually gave me an experience of something that I never even thought, as a celibate priest, I would ever experience. But when she did look at the child, you could see that she was the child's mother. In other words, that was whether she was keeping the child or not, and she wasn't changing her mind, but you could just see the way that she handled the child and everything. And I didn't know whether it was such a good idea, considering that it was a last-minute decision that she said she wanted to see it. But I supported her in it, went along with it. I think it made it much more difficult. It also made it much more real for her. And so I would, based on that one experience, I would think having to look at would probably have that effect on people, in that they would rethink, saying, oh my goodness. And so, once again, I would see the role, or my role, in Virginia, and should it come here to Pennsylvania, as to speak a bit about a number of other methodologies that are available. And again, I always say there's safe sex, but before safe sex, there's got to be safe thought. And that is, think about what it is that you come here to do, be it here at the university. Think about the dreams, the goals, the aspirations you have, and how engaging in sexual activity could change those, or cause you to have to alter them because of that. So I think that's where I go. I certainly don't think it is legal in the United States of America, and every report that I've read says the majority of people in America are in favor of it being legal. So I don't think that's going to change, and I'm not looking to change that. I'm just looking to present kind of the side effects, the moral kind of responsibilities that we need to think about before we get to that situation.